Okay, welcome to part 2 of the garden tour. Again, pardon the progress, we've got to mow soon because we're getting a lot of weeds after all this rain. I have some tree limbs we've got to pick up, and again, we've got to repine straw everything here. You can see we've got a lot of dirt staged here. I'll have some also in another area. So let's just get started. So this is, I think, a Walker's Low catmint. I got this last year at Lowe's, and this was gorgeous last year. I don't even think I got it until like June or July, but it overwintered well, and it's very pretty. I find it's easier. If you like lavender, then you would like this, and the bees love it too. I didn't see the hummingbirds in it, but it doesn't mean that they weren't. Yeah, that wind's whipping out of the northwest. But if it doesn't get any stronger and it keeps the frost at bay, then I'm okay with it. These are some more David Austin English roses. I can't remember if this is more Crown Princess Marguerite, Teasing Georgia, and then there's another one whose name escapes me, but they're all like peachy tangerine. They're all like tangerine orange roses. Last year, these were like insanely spectacular. I did cut them back. This is the third year I've had these. This is the first time I've cut them back hard. So we'll see how they respond to that. And then back here, this is Wallerton Old Hall. This is another English rose. This is its second year, and it seems very happy. Now, it has had a lot of sun up until like today, because again, it seems like all of a sudden all the leaves have like just come in. So we'll see. I might have to adjust it and pull a bit forward to get it more sun. But this generally gets a fair amount of sun in the summer. And then June is pretty much a wash because of the Japanese beetles. And I just don't spray because it doesn't really help. And I don't want to harm my pollinators. So, they look pretty ratty June, July. And then really September and October is when they look good again. Spring and fall are when my roses look the best. I don't know if that's true for you here in Georgia. Just the heat, the humidity is just and I really don't like spraying mine with anything. So, that's the price that you pay, I guess, if you don't want to use chemicals. But Wallerton Hall is like a white, very faint cream, very pretty. And then this rose is 5 years old. I got it when the pandemic started. This is an Olympiad rose, and I got it at Home Depot. And it is by far. I have two of them. They are like my best performing roses, like very consistent, and they don't mind being cut back through the year. They come right back, and I prune them hard. Last year was the first year, like I said, that I pruned. I didn't prune this one. I did the one on my back deck, and I saw what the difference was. So this year, I made sure to prune them. I just planted some pineapple salvia. Last year, the chipmunks and squirrels ate it. I hope they don't this year. And then there's also some salvia, some more rose marble there, and already getting a little bit of a bloom. This is also a new addition. I was astonished. Home Depot had so many Japanese maples where I live, and last year the two that you saw in the other part of the garden, they were like nothing. They literally like had a few leaves at the top. They were nothing, and those were like 99 each, which was, at the time I thought that was a good price. And I'm not saying it wasn't, because they certainly, have come a long way in like less than 12 months. But this one is already like this, and I only paid $53 or was it $75? I can't remember, but for a maple that size, and with that much growth, that's pretty impressive. It's also a blood good. I'm really thinking about planting it here. It's in the pot right now, but we're gonna do something with it one way or the other soon, and get it staked again. It seems to be tolerating the wind, but I obviously don't want anything broken before we have another wave of whatever, because I'm sure we will have more storms before spring is out. This here on the right, this is some type of goldenrod. I got that from Bluestone Perennials. It's going crazy. I think there's two kinds of hummingbird mint coming up, but I don't remember what they are. I don't see the tags now. One of them's like a yellow paquito. I can't remember. But anyway, those two hummingbird mints I think came from High Country Gardens. So we'll see. But the goldenrod's gone nuts, and it may end up overtaking the pot, which is fine by me. Yeah, we'll see how that evolves. But that should be really pretty in another, hopefully, week or two. We'll see. Another Forever Goldie Arbor Body. I love these. I know I need to get them in the ground and probably a little more sun if they're ever going to get as big as I'd like for them to be. But for right now, I'm okay. I got these last fall or late last summer. I repotted, let's see, this is the Guava Lava hummingbird mint, and it was spectacular last year. I've actually got another one coming that I'm going to put in the pot with it. There's some lavender, and then I see we had transplanted this Firebird hummingbird mint, which was struggling to begin with, but we transplanted it a couple of days ago, and it didn't make it. So it was just, I don't know that even if we had left it, if it was going to make it. But so that will come out. I actually did order some more Firebirds, so I'll probably put them and the other Guava Lava in there. And then I don't know if the Firebirds struggle again. Well, they do fine during the summer, but they don't survive our winters, really. Or if they do, they come back very weak, and then they don't make it. I'm going to give them one more shot, and if they don't, then I won't get that variety again, even though it's pretty. Some more, tons of butterfly bushes in there. I'm just trying a couple of different ones. We'll see how they do. It's really hard to grow them from when they're this small, but, we'll see how that goes. There's some more roses in the blue pot. I had planned to try to transplant them and repot that, but I just repotted some other roses and they were not happy, so that might just have to wait and be a fall project. This little thing lights up at night. It's pretty. Let's see. Again, there's some more butterfly, or did I call it hummingbird mint? I think I should have said butterfly bush, sorry. There were some existing butterfly bush, and then I added a couple others, a couple more butterfly bushes here. Again, I'm just trying some new varieties just to kind of see what happens. I planted a ton of pink whirling Gara, and this is last year. I think I planted 12 or 15 in the late summer, and this is the only one that made it. And I don't know if I just didn't protect them well or what I didn't do right, but one of them made it, and I'm very happy about that. This is Midnight Beard Tongue Penstemon. I got it in the middle of the summer. It didn't really do anything, but it looks like it's on its way to being spectacular, hopefully. My Carolina, I believe, cedar, cypress. I got that last year at Pikes. That is, again, another favorite, and it seems okay, happy where it is right now. These are two pink Cascade butterfly bushes. I ordered them from Creekside Gardens, and they honestly, no offense, they did not come in good shape. And they did not thrive like the one I got from Bluestone. So it could have been just because I got them later in the year. We'll see. But they seem to be putting a lot of growth, so hopefully this is going to be as spectacular as my other one. Black and Blue Salvia, last year was the first year I grew it. It is for sure in my top probably 3. They do not, they're supposed to overwinter here. Mine did not, probably because they were in pots. So I've really got to think about, what I might do differently to not lose them this year, because I would love for them to come back next year. I think if they were on the ground, they might have been okay, but in the pot, I think I'm just going to have to do better and redo how I try to protect them. But anyway, I got 8, 12, can't remember, from Burpee Gardens. It's very hard to find, or at least I've not had any luck finding it around here, which is kind of odd to me, because it's, pretty popular in the gardening magazines, especially the South. This is definitely a hummingbird magnet, so I've put that there. Hopefully it will make it tonight. I'm a little concerned about the weather tonight, but again, hopefully the wind will save us. Another King's Gold False Cypress, or maybe, yeah, that's what that is. This is my Autumn Sun, Rebecca. This was spectacular last year, and I didn't even get it until the middle of the year, and it seems like it's on its way to being incredible again. So we have that. This is Blue Boa Hummingbird Mint. It did really well last year. it is going to town like crazy. I've got some more coming, so I'm going to fill out the other side of the pot. I had some problems with some of these planters because I got some potting soil last year at Home Depot. It was a brand I never tried, and it turned out to be terrible. And then they actually refunded my money. But like everything I planted in it just really struggled. And I wound up having to like transplant some things and obviously amend the dirt. But this was the only thing that seemed to thrive. But this is another hummingbird and bee favorite. Blue boa is really pretty. I like it a lot. Some more, I think this is maybe some more Roman red salvia, and I've also got some queen nectary hummingbird mint that made it. Some more Mexican sage in that pot there. Another limelight hydrangea. I didn't think it was going to make it, but it did. So I was very pleased about that. This is another Laura petalum. Let's see, is this crimson? Sorry, I keep the tags on, which I know looks stupid, but I don't remember if I don't. Yeah, crimson fire. I love this. You can still see a little bit of it. These little pink blossoms. These were covered, all of them. I have 4 or 5 of these. They were covered in pink blossoms up until a few days ago. My sad little bird bath here covered in pollen. Even in the rain, I'm going to have to clean it. This is a copper little garden element. I bought this probably 30 years ago. We used to have a nursery in Waleska, Georgia called Callahan's, and I got it and I have loved it ever since. So it stood the test of time. Again, things are best. Ignore, we're redoing some of the pot cleans. This is a Crimson Queen lace leaf Japanese maple. Again, I'm going to eventually get it in the ground, I think. But when I bought this last year, it literally was like a stick. I got it on clearance at Pike's for like $35. And I did not know if it was going to make it. This was another one. Anytime, it got below 32, I got my burlap out and was trying to protect it. And this has leafed out way more than anything I expected. It's beautiful. I am really in love with Japanese maples and conifers now. So I would like to get some more maples, hopefully later this year or in the fall. We'll see. We got out today and put a little more dirt and kind of restaked it just to kind of try to protect it from the wind. When the weather's calm, it is very happy here, but the wind has been wiggling a little bit, so we did a little bit of work today. This is one of my new Grow Right Garden raised planters, and these are all David Austin roses. Let's see. Some of these I've had a couple. These two this is only their second year. So there's Bring Me Sunshine. This is another Munstead Wood, and then let's see. There's two teasing Georgias. Let's see, who is this? This is a teasing Georgia. This one was not happy that I moved it. This one and another teasing Georgia, I thought that I was going to lose them. But they seem to be rebounding. This is a Lady of Shalott. That's another favorite. These are all like peachy. Munstead Wood's deep dark red, but these are all peachy. They're pretty. We've got to clean this bed up. I've got mums that survived the winter, amazingly, and some kale. But I'm going to keep the mums. I'm not sure about the kale, but we're going to get that fixed up. It's a bit of a mess. This is some Blue Fortune that I put in this pot as an afterthought last year. I am amazed that it survived the winter because I literally did nothing to protect it. So that was a pleasant surprise. This is, oh goodness, sorry, I have a bird. What is this? Sorry. Oh, this is a gardenia. This was a gift last year. We'll see. It's probably once blooming. It didn't really do anything last year, but we'll see. We'll give it a year, and if not, it doesn't. You don't love it, get rid of it, but we'll see. It's very pretty though, the dark green. I like that. I've got to get my gazing ball out. Another King's Gold False Cypress, which is actually, it's gotten a lot of sun again up until now. We'll see if I'd like for it to stay here, but I don't know if it'll keep or not. I forget what this is. Maybe this is another type of smoke bush, but I can't remember. It didn't do anything. We'll see if it does any better this year. This is a Golden Glow arborvitae. Yeah, as you can tell, it struggled, but it's coming back. But I think I am going to move it to get more sun. Another Snow Sprite Himalayan cedar. Again, I've got to get the leader trained up. I just unstaked the original staking about a week ago when we restaked today, but I've got to get the leader up. And we got some empty pots ready for the new babies that are coming. Again, ignore our mess because we've got to plant some new grass seed here and redo the pine straw. Some more banana alyssum. What is this called? Justin from S&K Nursery recommended it for something that gets partial sun, partial shade. I can't think of it right now. Fire or something. Anyway, but it has like gone crazy, which I did we did fertilize a lot of things, a lot of the shrubs about a week or 2 weeks ago, and they've gone nuts. This is, I think, some type of Kentucky grass. It'll be really pretty pink when it gets full grown. I wasn't sure if it'd come back or not. I've got to get the rest of the clover out. Another Crimson Fire Petalum. These are some leftovers from 2 years ago. We've got to clean out the garden planter. We still have not painted the fireplace, but that is like a must-do thing soon. So hopefully that's going to happen and we're going to get that painted. Again, these are my shrubs that we did potted last year. They survived the winter, I think, very well, especially considering we had some really pretty good cold snaps. This is, I think, a Pugster Blue butterfly bush. It seems to have survived, which was great because the one I had before did not 2 years ago. This is just assorted different hummingbird mints. This got a slow start last year because I didn't have it in a good spot, but it seems to be going crazy and doing well this year. Again, please ignore, I've got to come rinse off my new raised beds. We also, the trees are leafing out, which is great, but whatever these things are, I call them polywags, which they're horrible. Then they get traits in the house, but I've got to rinse everything off because, again, it's stormed pretty good. And get the polywags cleaned out. This looked pristine 3 days ago, and now, polywag city. But anyway, I'll get them out. It'll be okay. And get everything cleaned up. These are some more of the black and blue salvia. I've got a lot of other salvia coming in another week. I think they'll be here a week from today. So this was super lush. This is a new planter, by the way. This is also from Grow Right Gardens. Very easy to assemble. No tools, and you can configure them in different shapes, as you can see. But this will be spectacular, you mark my words, in about 2 months. But we've got more salvias coming, so this will just be like a big lush salvia bed. We just moved these roses out of some other pots here. They were, again, not pleased. I thought I did all the right things for transplanting them. I have no idea why they were not happy. The same for the others, but they seem to be recovering. I've kept them watered, so, I don't know. Hopefully they're going to thrive here. They did pretty good in this area last year. More hummingbird mint. There's some queen nectarine, and then something else that's, let's see, Rosy Posy. I actually got these at Lowe's last year, and they did pretty well. This is a baby Blue Eyes Colorado blue spruce. This thing was like a twig when I got it last year. I ordered it online from Home Depot, and it was like $10.90. It is put on a ton of growth. It's been very happy here, but it's been getting sun, so we'll see. Again, now it's not going to get as much. We'll see how that goes, but you can see all of the, hopefully you can, all the candles on it. It's like, wow, it is really taken off. This is a bed in progress. We've got to finish putting more leaves in it before we finish adding the dirt and then the potting soil on top. You know, different things to keep it from compressing so much, which is the only drawback to raised bed gardening. But I'm doing some things differently this year to hopefully try and address that. And you can see some more of my shrubs. And this is my pink cascade butterfly bush that did wonderfully. And it took off and was just massive, and it smells so good. So I do have another one coming from, also this is a bluestone perennial. I've got some queen nectarine coming back. And then this pot has been a major performer. This is the 3rd year. We have some more blue fortune hummingbird mint. There's some hollyhock, some queen nectarine, and then this purple salvia showed up last year. I did not plant it. I did not order it. I have no idea how it got in the pot. But anyway, it's doing, it looks like it's going to do well again this year. So whoever it is and however it got there. Some more Mexican sage. Again, this will get big and lush, like giant, like probably up to here. It's massive. Just absolutely stunning. This is another Colorado. This is a Fat Albert Colorado blue spruce. Another favorite. Again, I would like to get it in the ground at some point, I think. But for right now, you know, I've had it about 8 or 9 months, and it's done well. It's put on a lot of new growth as well. There's a lot of new candles. I don't feel like this Fat Albert grows as fast as the baby blue eyes, but that's okay. Some more hummingbird bush. Let's see, we have Pugster amethyst, something lilac. I got this at Lowe's. And I just cleaned these up today. Some more blue fortune, something blue haze hummingbird mint, and some Rebecca. This is Little Lime Punch hydrangea. This is another Japanese maple. This was another $35 special. This is the Red Dragon Lace Leaf. So another kind of, you know, weepy looking maple. Really pretty. I feel like it's a little bit more vibrant red than the Crimson Queen. And I don't know if that's because of where it's at or if it's just the nature of the maple. But again, it looked dead when I bought it at Pikes, which is why they had it on sale for $35. But it's trying to hang in there, so hopefully, you know, it's going to do well. Again, we just kind of restaked this today. My wheelbarrow, I don't know what the fern-looking thing is. I got it at Pikes in the fall, but it's come back whatever it is. And then next to it, some Autumn Joy sedum, which is doing well. This is some more of the stuff that was on the other side that I forget what it's called. They use it to make cough syrup, and I can't, elderberry. That's what it is, elderberry. So this is like black elderberry. Over there was black elderberry, and then like lime or something, elderberry. And I don't plan to make cough syrup, obviously, but it's just pretty, you know, just kind of that feathery, you know, motif. There's a purple cascade hummingbird, purple cascade butterfly bush that I got. I think that also came from Creekside Gardens. I just, I love their channel, but the plants I got, honestly, were not very healthy. And again, maybe it was just the time of year that I ordered. And then there's some more type of hummingbird mint, but I can't remember what it is, but it did pretty well last year. I think that's hummingbird mint. No. That's another type of Rebecca. I got that from the nursery in Texas that I can't think of their name right now. Native Gardens. But they're the same ones that I got the Mexican sage from. Another Forever Goalie arborvitae. Again, I would need to get them probably in a sunnier spot, but I like the color and texture here. It probably won't stay this gold looking once the shade sets in, but I love this. So yeah, so the other thing that's happening, so you've noticed I've changed a lot of this. We have a lot of extra pots, which some of these I'm giving to one of my neighbors, and then the others I'm going to keep and reuse elsewhere. But these raised garden beds from Grow Right, again, we got them in light green and dark charcoal gray. This one here, we got to finish getting the bed set up before all my stuff gets here, so that's next week's project. But I'm going to put Rockin' Purple Fuchsia, salvia here, along with, it's a type of sunflower, but it's not like a regular sunflower. My names are escaping me today, but I grew some last year and it was wonderful. I'd been trying to find it and never could find it locally. Again, I just must not have gone to the right places. But anyway, it's going to be the dark purple and the gold sunflowers here, and they'll bloom all summer and they'll be wonderful. So I'm very excited about that. I got more of the rock and pink salvia. That was spectacular. Those of you might remember that from last year. And then this is, again, a bit of a mess. So, let me finish my thoughts. Sorry, I'm very scattered today. I've got 2 more long beds that are gray that I'm going to set up here. So, we'll have one kind of going here, an opening, and then another one here. And then I've got to resow some grass to kind of clean that up a little bit. But I'm going to have a lot of the rockin' salvias. I've got all kinds of stuff coming, which I should make another video about that and discuss what I've ordered. Hopefully, again, in about 2 months from now, this is going to be full of blooms and lush and vibrant. And my hummingbirds and butterflies and bees will all be very happy. Okay, some of these things you see here are going to be transplanted, so sort of a work in progress. My hibiscus made it. This is a summerific hibiscus. I forget which one it's called right now. Summer Evening, I think. We've got to move it so it can get more sun. But it's coming back, so I'm very pleased about that. I was scared it had not made it. This is the Poet's Wife, I think the Poet's Wife English Rose, which did not do anything last year. I've had it a couple of years, and I thought it was dead. And then last year, we put it in this pot, but it got overwhelmed by this red salvia, which the hummingbirds love that salvia. But I cut the salvia back pretty hard this time. And it gave the rose a chance to kind of grow this spring, so we'll see how that does. This is 2 more varieties of hummingbird mint. Those did pretty well last year. It took them a while to get going. Let's see, gaudy, no. That might be Whirling Gara. I'm not sure. Gaudy red. And then this is also from Bluestone. So we'll see how that goes. This English rose, I forget the name, but it did extraordinarily well last year. It was like hot pink. Let's see who this is. Sorry, I've got to get the clover out. Gabriel Oak. Oh, yeah, this was spectacular last year. But again, like, I wanted to get out of this pot because I'm basically getting rid of all these blue pots. But now I'm really scared to move any. So they may just have to stay here and then get moved in the fall. He's covered in aphids right now, so I need to get some neem oil out and address that. The aphids have been awful this spring. I've actually been surprised. They've started kind of early. But anyway, and then I have my little ball that lights up at night, which I've got to kind of reorient it because of the storms. It got knocked around a little bit. But anyway, that's what's going on with the garden. Again, right now it still looks kind of a mess, although it looks better than it did even 2 weeks ago. But when I get my other beds done and everything starts blooming, I think it's going to look really pretty. And again, we've got to pine straw everything that we had mulched with pine straw last year. And again, I've got a little bit more garden cleanup to do, a little bit of weeding and just assorted chores. If you're a gardener, you know how it is. Well, anyway, this has been a very long video. I did not mean for it to be this long. But I hope you have enjoyed the garden updates. Again, hopefully by the time I make another video for you, all the extra pots will be donated to the neighbors. The others will be either stored or filled with one of the many new plants I have coming. I didn't honestly realize I'd ordered as much as I did. I'd ordered a lot back in the fall because a lot of the nurseries had, Green Monday or Black Friday sale. So I'm like, what did I get myself? Plants. But anyway, I feel like it's hard for the camera to do justice. And, I look at it and I still have a lot of things, in progress. And we're doing cleanup and we got the pots to fill and to get the mulch done. But I can already see how much the garden has matured even since last fall. So I'm very excited to see what this gardening year brings. It gives me something to look forward to and good motivation, you know, to get out of the bed and get yourself up and going every day. So, thank you for watching this part of the garden tour. I hope everybody is having a lovely week. And take care and stay safe, everyone.